Hey guys, what's going on? Before we start this video, just keep in mind that it is currently 5 o'clock in the morning where I am right now, and I am pretty sick. But if I don't record this video now, it's probably never going to get recorded, so just keep that in mind when you're watching the video, and yeah, let's get right into it. Alright guys, now it's time to go over the predictions for Rlcs Season 9 League Play Week 5. This is not going to cover the doubleheader. This is going to be North America and Europe just for Week 5, and then those Mondays matches. The doubleheader, I'm going to have a separate video for it, probably coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. As always, if you do enjoy, hit subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So the very first match we're looking at is United versus Flight. Not starting the week off good. Obviously, Flight looking like the worst team in RLCS right now, for North America at least. United is just at like 8th place, 7th place team. I don't really know where to put them. I just know they're not good. By the end of this all, I just can't see United having a good placement, although neither can I see Flight. I think that United has no offense, but Flight, when they want to, can have an offense, but they never want to. So I'm just going to give it to United because at least they got, I'd say, defense. It's just a whole lot of nothing from both of these teams, really. And Ghost Gaming versus Rogue. Look, Rogue hasn't figured anything out all season. They're looking at a promo relegation tournament spot. I'm giving this to Ghost. I think Ghost is a top 6 team in North America easily. And then PK versus Sonics. This is, in my opinion, the match of the week. It's going to be this is the match that decides, like, placement. The Energy PK game is probably match of the week, but PK versus Sonics, it's really going to... It's going to be like that final test for Sonics. It's going to be like, can you beat every mid-tier team in North America, or are there some that are still better than you? It's kind of going to say, if Sonics beat PK, it's going to say they're a top-tier team. If PK beats Sonics, it's going to say, okay, Sonics is a mid-tier team, like, hands down. I'm really thinking Sonics is going to take this one. I'm going to give it, and geez, I just remembered, I haven't actually been giving a prediction for the other two matches. My bad. United, I'm going to say 3-0 because Flight hasn't shown us anything. And then Ghost Gaming versus Rogue, I'm going to give that 3-1. I think they could take one match, but that's it. The reason I haven't been giving a prediction is because, I don't know, I just kind of, in my head, I was saying it's a sweep. It's a 3-0, so it doesn't matter. I forgot to actually say anything, but I usually edit in my prediction, even if I forget. So, but yeah, PK versus Sonics. I'm going to give it to Sonic 3-2. I think Sonics is honestly just a better team from what we've seen so far. PK hasn't shown us a lot. Well, they've shown us enough, but not nearly as much as Sonic. Sonic just has better results, so you got to give it to them. And then United versus G2. This is going to be a slaughter. One thing that's so dominant about G2 is they have two play styles. They have one where Rizzo gets involved and one where Rizzo plays defensively. Against a team like United, they're just going to use the one where Rizzo gets involved, score up a ton of goals, and yeah, that's going to be that. I'm saying 3-0 for that one. United, they can't compete in any world with G2. Same thing with Cloud9 versus SSG. God, these are such quick predictions. None of these matches I feel like are going to be close, except maybe the PK Sonics. A lot of these are going to be 3-1s, 3-0s. I could see going this week. Like SSG versus Cloud9. God, I'm never looking forward to a Cloud9 match this season, but if SSG is going to be playing, I'll look forward to an SSG match. SSG is going to put on a show. I think, you know what? I'll make it interesting. I think that SSG is going to struggle with the same problem maybe G2 did. They're going to run up a lot of goals the first 2 games, then give up that 3rd game because they got too comfortable, and then clean up the 4th game. So I'm going to give it 3-1, but just because I think SSG is going to be so dominant in this match against Cloud9 that Cloud9 is going to kind of accidentally take a win off of them. Kind of like how NRGs have been giving up 1 win in pretty much all their matches. G2's given up at least a win in most of their matches. You know, a lot of these dominant teams, they stop trying that 4th game, or once they know they're going to win, they just start giving up free goals. So, you know, I'm thinking 3-1. NRG versus PK. I'm expecting this to be a good match. I do think NRG is going to win. I don't think PK has ever beat NRG in a competitive scenario. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, I don't think this will be any different. It's going to be a solid, I'm going to say it's a 3-1. G2 beat PK 3-1. I think NRG will do it too. I think G2 and NRG are pretty much on the same level. I wouldn't know who to pick in a match between them. Whatever G2's result is, I'm going to have to give that to NRG. Give them the same benefit. So yeah, PK, you're not looking too good this week. 2 losses. I think United takes a win, which they're going to need, which will probably secure them that 7th place spot. Yeah, that'll put them at 3 wins. And then by the time PK and Ghost Gaming get the rest of their wins out, I think United will fall in 7th. Now, I think that Rogue is the only team of these bottom 4 that have potential to pop off in some of these matches. I think that Rogue could have a good showing in maybe the Ghost Gaming match, or Rogue could have a good showing against PK, but they're definitely going to beat Flight in their last week, but I don't know. They haven't shown us too much yet. I solely blame Wonder. Obviously, it's a team effort, but if Wonder just fixes one of his issues, they're like a top 6 team. It's crazy. One of his issues. Then if he fixes all of his issues, I think they're a top 4 team. Well, again, that's a talk for another time. God, it's currently 5:30 in the morning right now where I am. I woke up and said, "Fuck it, let's do some predictions." I'm a little tired. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Little to no energy right now. Got up, played a few matches of Rocket League, lost because it's 5 in the morning, and decided to record a video. So, yep. Then week 5 for Europe. God, what's up with these boring matches this week? TSM versus Singularity, first match of the week. I mean, I'm going to give it to Singularity. I think they've shown in the past that they can do a little more than TSM, but I don't know. It's going to be a boring match. It's not really going to mean much in terms of placements. I think both these teams are going to relegation, so I'll give it 3-2 Singularity. ASM versus Veloce. This is a no-brainer. Veloce take this 3-0. ASM, I think they're the worst team in Europe right now. Actually, I'm going to correct what I said with the TSM Singularity match. I don't think both those teams are relegation tournament quality teams. I think it'll be Endpoint, ASM, and TSM in the bottom. I think Singularity will be that. I think they're just going to stay in RLCS. Just going to stay. Not looking too good for these teams. Rec versus Endpoint. Despite the fact that Shazet disappoints, I'm going to give it 3-0 Rec. Rec's just better. God, we're getting through these real quick. I mean, Mouse versus TSM. I feel bad giving it another 3-0, but I'm going to have to give it 3-0. I have absolutely no reason to pick TSM to even win a match against any of these higher level teams. Maybe they'll win a match, but I don't know. All right, fine. Let's say 3-1. I think Mouse is a little shakier than, a Reciprocity or a Dignitas. I think they'll lose a match, but that'll be it. Mouse did lose a match to ASM. But yeah, Mouse should easily take this. Easily. Especially if they play the way they did last week, then it'll probably be a 3-0. And then FC Barcelona versus Dignitas. This is the first match of the week for Europe that I'm really looking forward to, which is sad to say. Not a lot of good matches coming out this week. Really excited for Barcelona versus Dig. I think this will really say who's the number 1 team in Europe right now. Remember, FC Barcelona, they're 3-1, while Vitality and Veloce are 4-1. But Barcelona haven't had that doubleheader week yet, so you got to remember that. That's why their stats are a little bit less than some of the other teams. Barcelona's only loss was to Vitality, and I think Vitality looked very strong, but I still think Barcelona is more consistent of a team. I still have higher hopes for FCB than Vitality, but who knows? At the end of the day, Vitality still could very well take that number 2 spot. I'm going to give it 3-2 in favor of Dignitas. I think they're going to go 5-0. I have no reason to doubt them at this point. They're such a dominant team, just like G2 and NRG. Dig is a top 3 team in the world. Vitality versus Rec. I have to give it to Vitality. Rec the last couple weeks has shown they don't know how to play Rocket League, and Vitality the last couple weeks has shown they remembered how to play Rocket League. You can only expect Vitality to come out swinging in this match. It seems like this is all we ever say. If Shazet can figure things out, then they'll be good. But the problem is Shazet never performs when it matters. The only time he ever performed when it sort of mattered was when Reciprocity was trying to make Worlds. When they made Worlds and did nothing at Worlds. But even during league play, they were a little bit shaky. This league play. I'm really not feeling this roster. They had a couple good weeks where we all thought, oh my god, Reciprocity's great, but no. Honestly, they should try subbing in Jesse and see how that works out for them. I just can't see Shazet helping this team beat Vitality. He obviously has the potential, but he's not going to. Let's be honest. He throws, he chokes. It doesn't matter how good you are in scrims. It doesn't matter how good you are in a league play match. That means nothing. All that matters is how do you perform competitively when it matters, and Shazet doesn't. He could be the best player in the world 10 out of 10 times when it doesn't matter, but that doesn't matter. He needs to be the best player in the world when it matters. So I have Vitality. Reciprocity, I think they need to make some changes. I mean, it's obviously not working out with I don't mean roster changes. I mean at changes within the team. That something's not working out. They need to fix something really bad and fast. These final important weeks are coming up. Reciprocity, if they lose this week, they're looking at a top 4 spot maybe, right? I mean, Mouse can still swing it back around and grab a top 4 spot. Then Reciprocity will be out. I mean, so can Veloce. I mean, if Reciprocity are playing the way they continue to play, Reciprocity will not make LAN. which would be crazy to think about, considering how people were looking at reciprocity going into this season. Well, is this the first week I've talked more about EU than North America? Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of great matches this week, but the ones that there are really come out from Europe. But yeah, as always, let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys have in your top 4 for Europe? I guess I have Dignitas number 1. I'm going to go Barcelona number 2, but that could also switch with Vitality depending on how they play the rest of the season. Then I guess a Vitality number 3. That number 4 spot's very huge. If Rec keeps playing the way they play, I honestly can't see them taking that top 4 spot. You know, I'm gonna give it to Veloce. I'm gonna give it to Veloce in that top 4 spot. I think Veloce will prevail over Reciprocity. Veloce's been looking super solid, especially with Casio. Flame also stepping up, but Casio being that big boy in the team now. I'll give it to Veloce. I have Dig, Barcelona, Vitality, Veloce. That's my prediction for top 4 right now. I mean, honestly, you could pick any of the top 6 teams, and you can make a case for that. Rec and Mouse are 2-2, but that doesn't mean that they can't come back. I mean, they're not out of it. Remember that. You can't just look at the standings right now and say, well, they're out. I think Rec is probably gonna finish 6th if they keep playing the way they play. Mouse could finish 5th and then barely miss Worlds again this season, which would suck. I want Mouse to make Worlds. It's kind of hard predicting Veloce over Mouse, but I mean, results are results. Veloce deserve to be predicted. I mean, they're playing well right now. I gotta give it to them. They look like more of a team than Mouse, unfortunately. Mouse looked great last week, though, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to ramble on any longer than I have to. This will be about a 12-minute video, I think, maybe 11, which is pretty good. Finally able to cut it down. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya. Peace.